How's it going, everyone? This is going to be a tour of my Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 world. I've been seeing a lot of these videos online, and I've been looking at the subreddit for Golden Age Minecraft, and I got a little inspired just to start a beta world, and b eventually here I am making my own video. Um, this world I've had for about a year. I think total playtime is around, I want to say, like 48 hours. So, over the course of a year, I really was pretty off and on. I uh, I played for like a month when I first started, and then I just picked it back up like a month ago. So maybe like 2 months over the course of a year that I've really been like dedicated to playing this pretty frequently. But yeah, let's start. So as you can see, I have a few mods installed. These are mainly just like quality of life mods. So the top left, you see I have coordinates. This is a zombies mod. I also do have fly mod. I mainly use this just to like see my builds from like other angles. Um, yeah, I mean I try not to abuse it. I know it could be very easily abused, but I tried my best just to treat it like a free cam. Um, Top right, you see I have a mini map. I like using that just for the sake of having like a little map, and I like the waypoints. You can see I'm a little far away from spawn, so if I ever died and didn't have a spawn point set, it helps me just to get back. But um, there's a cow up there. Yeah, here's like my main area. This is what like, my main like starter area, I should say. So I have this house. Um, I really, I'm trying my best to get better at building. This was kind of one of the reasons why I moved over to beta and wanted to try using beta again. Just because like the limitations in block palette really help you kind of think about builds in less of an overwhelming way. Like the modern block palette of like hundreds of blocks, I feel like you could do so many cool things with it, but if you don't have those fundamental skills, it gets kind of overwhelming. And at least with me, I like to make it more simple, and just try to find ways to make the most of what we have. So there's not really anything in here. It's just kind of like a little house. I was at one point living in here. You can see I've kind of moved away from using it too much. But I have this bed, and I would sleep here a lot. Um, so that's that house. Main starting house. I chose this area just because I liked how nice it was. I have these cliffs on all sides. Um, this is one thing I really liked about beta back in the day, and seeing these videos in the modern time, where the terrain was just so charming. But here's like a little blacksmith I did. I know, very strange color palette, strange way it looks. It looks like it's like a Lego set or something, or like something out of like, I don't know, Bob the Builder or something. It's very strange. I was just kind of freehanding it, and I was really trying my best just to I'm not the best builder, as I said, so I'm really trying just to try things and not overthink the way that I build. Because I think that is going to be how I get better at building. Just trying things instead of overthinking all the details. So I have a little forge right here. I guess we have lava in the blacksmith. Just got a bunch of furnaces. Um, Here is like my take at an anvil in beta 1.7.3. Just an iron block, but you can imagine just hitting this and uh, and using an anvil. Um, yeah, there's nothing in there. I think usually there's supposed to be coal in there, but there isn't currently, and there's coal right there, and I haven't mined that. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess I just like to leave things looking pretty natural. But yeah, down here is a mine. There's not really much to see down there, so I won't take you down there. It's just a big strip mine. Um, and then up here, this is one of the first like well, I don't know. I tried to do something cool with the stairs here, and I like the design. I think that it turned out well. I did not expect. Sorry, that portal's kind of loud. I did not expect glowstone to be so expensive in this version of the game. So I have a nether portal, and getting glowstone is just really hard. Um, but here, I mean, you can definitely hear it. There's a nether portal in there. This is my little chapel. I tried to make it look like a chapel at the top of the hill. And inside there's a church, and I guess these people are worshiping hell or something. So yeah, that's my nether portal. That's still my only nether portal. I don't have another one. So I come over here whenever I need to go to the nether. But yeah, how square this was actually a natural generation. So I didn't terraform this at all. I just, there was some dirt on top, so I cut the dirt down. But I thought it looked cool just to place something there and make it look like it came out of the mountain. So yeah, this was natural. At least, this down was natural. And I put the building there just because I thought it fit pretty well. But yeah, that's this area. So, I don't really spend too much time over here. I figure, like, this would be a nice place to put some like very like organic, natural shaped builds, just to maintain like how pretty the surroundings are. But I see it's getting dark, so let me sleep real quick. Okay, so slept the night away. This down here, this is my first like big build, and I was really proud of this when I started, and how it turned out. I'm really happy with it. So this whole thing is just like underground. The lead up walkway is pretty cool. I got sugarcane on the sides lit up. I got leaves lit up from the top. But it's just like a nice hallway, a very natural looking hallway. And then in here, I have this little like nature sanctuary with a nice dome that is meant to look kind of like a glass dome, and it's nighttime outside, and it looks like an observatory or something. So I was really happy with how this came out. I think that it looks super cool, and I mean, if you've ever tried playing this version of the game, you know that digging something like this out takes forever. So this was definitely my first big build, my first big lift. But like I have little nature sanctuary items in each corner here. So on this corner, I have this cool like little pond, nice little water feature, has like a little waterfall. I try my best to hide lighting, but as you can tell, with that light level of 7 spawning mobs, it's pretty hard to hide everything. So I use these jack-o'-lanterns, but I have a lot of torches everywhere. This corner is just a tree, this corner is also just a tree, and this corner is like a little park. So I have a fountain, and I have a couple benches. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Down here is just storage. This is really a work in progress world. I figure I'll make some videos in the future where, I show my progress as time goes on. This is just my first video showing what I have so far. But really, this is just general storage. Yeah, nothing too impressive about this. Obviously, it's not really finished. So that'll be a project for the future. But over on this side, I have my main bedroom, and this is the bed that I actually usually sleep in, just because I'm working over there most of the time now. But I was really happy with how this turned out too. If you couldn't tell, I really like the natural look. So I went with green. I went with spruce. I really like the ceiling. I think the ceiling is super cool. Just leaves and wood, but it makes it seem like you're in a very natural environment, just like in in trees and stuff. So I really like it. Fireplace. I'm like okay with how this fireplace looks. One limitation of beta obviously is that there's very few blocks. So you have to either repeat a bunch of the same blocks, or you have to kind of go outside the box with matching things. I just think maybe this cobblestone doesn't really work super well with the brick and then the everything else. But yeah, there's my bedroom. And down here is a main area where I do most of my work now. I have another one of these hallways. And yeah, this is like my main working area right now. So this right here, this skyscraper, it's kind of ugly. I kind of want to make it look a little bit nicer in the future, but this is just a mob spawner. It's just like the ethos style mob spawner. I have all the drops just falling down. I like how the inside looks, how when you look up you can't really see the top. It just looks like mobs are falling down from the abyss. I think actually, yeah, my brightness is off, so yeah, I mean, it's just cool. You might be able to see it on the video, but if you have like a dark monitor, it just looks like they're falling from the sky. But yeah, wool is also really, really hard to get in this game. So, especially that dome, that took forever also. Yeah, I don't have like any kind of passive mob spawner, so I just like find sheep, dye them, and shear them. So it takes a long time. Yeah, so there's my mob spawner. I like the way it looks as like a skyscraper. I want to maybe add some color to it and maybe make it look more like a modern looking skyscraper. Just because it's right at the end of this tunnel, so you know the idea is that you're opening this view opens up to this skyscraper. So if it's ugly, that would just be unfortunate. And I think it's just a little too gray right now. Moving down here, here's my tree spawning area, my tree farming area. I don't know, there's not really much to say about it. It's just trees. And here I have a sand duper. I do dupe sand. Sorry. I just don't like I don't like digging up sand. That's the only thing I do though. I promise I don't spawn any items. I just use natural in-game exploits for sand, but everything else I've collected by hand. And yeah, I mean, it just takes a while. So I have these pads. You've probably seen this in the video so far, but I have a path leading up here to my Pantheon, or Parthenon, I should say, not Pantheon. But this is a Parthenon. Just a standard looking Greek / Nashville, Tennessee Parthenon. I have these walls coming out all the way to the edge just because it's otherwise the room would be like very small on the inside, but it still creates the same effect with depth if versus like having it behind the whole pillar like this wall. So yeah, I mean, it just from a distance it looks the same. So but I was pretty happy with how this build turned out. The interior is pretty cool. What I have in the interior is just an art gallery. So just like the Nashville Parthenon, that is like an art museum. This one is also an art museum. So first of all, if you've ever been to the Nashville Parthenon, you know that the ceiling has these like alternating patterns of like beams and grates with like a light blue, like something that looks kind of like a skylight coming through. I tried to recreate that. I got like light blue wool up there with torches. So that's what that is. That's what the idea behind that was. But yeah, I mean, I have all the paintings here. So each of the paintings has their own in-game title and the year that it was originally painted for, like the original. So it's all in-game titles, not like the way the painting's original title that the in-game painting was based on, but the year is the original painting. So it's a little mixed up, but I like it that way just because there's some variety. Otherwise, I guess everything would say 2011, or I guess 2010 was when the paintings were added. But yeah, up here is like the bigger paintings and the 1x2s. But yeah, I was really happy with this. I actually just finished this like a couple days ago, so this is still, actually I think yesterday. This is still fresh, so I was happy with how this turned out, and I guess this is part of the reason why I'm sharing it all with you now. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all that I have right now in this world. So I have some future plans. I really want to like expand this area. I'm a little torn between like kind of building styles. So as you can see, like this area is like all very straight lines, and everything has like a very Minecraft beta kind of look and feel to it. Everything has like that old building style where people kind of just build how they want to build. There wasn't like such enormous like upgrades in the meta for building yet, so people just use the tools that they had to build cool things. I kind of want to keep that vibe for the most part. Just making things look beta. Over here, things are a more organic shapes, which I think is cool in its own right, and I would like to incorporate some of that, but just maybe not like overdoing the details. But yeah, I really want to take advantage of this area. I really like the terrain I have over here. There's just like I like this old green that we used to have back in the day. It's a nice color. So all of this area I'd like to turn into like not my city, kind of like my city, I guess. But I would like each building to kind of have like a practical purpose. So, for instance, something like this sand duper, I'd like to put it into a building instead of just being out in the open. This was just temporary, so I could build the Parthenon. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to build that over here, and then like over on that side of the dome, I'd like to do more like natural looking things, like towns and building nice like houses and stuff that doesn't necessarily have a practical purpose, but stuff that can like look good. And also over here there's like a nice waterfront, so I could do some more like natural looking buildings over here as well, if I wanted to take advantage of the terrain. I like the idea of having like a central area that's all like very practical, like the mob spawner, the like I would like to do like a big cactus farm or like sugarcane farm, put those in buildings. So I'd like to have that in the center, but then over here, this nice beachy area, maybe I could have like a nice French Riviera or something like that. But yeah, I mean that'll be updated in a future video. Like I said, this is just like a progress so far. I really just wanted to start sharing just because I think that it's I don't know, I think it's cool and I would like to share. Yeah, I mean this was my first version of the game all the way back in 2011, so this is all just very nostalgic for me. I think actually I started in beta 1.6 with a cracked version, but 1.7 was when I first like officially started playing the game. Yeah, I mean it just brought a lot of good memories. So, but yeah, I think I've rambled on enough. That's my world so far. As I said, this is just kind of like a first update video. I would like to keep making these just as I build out this world and develop it further. I think I'm at a pretty good spot right now to make my first video. So stay tuned for future updates. Hopefully in the future this will be like a really nice like fully developed world. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, see you next time.